Hello everybody and welcome back. Once again we're gonna be playing Dreadnought today, but for a change I won't just be commentating on my performance and the match in general. I will be talking a bit about the state of the game currently. So if you're playing Dreadnought actively currently, you will know that we had patch. I'm not sure what to call it, major or minor. It's probably a pretty big patch because they got out something that basically everybody in the player base kind of hated. So let's go right into the game. The thing they removed was maintenance. Maintenance basically meant if you were playing your veteran or your legendary fleet based on your performance, you had to pay credits to get your ships back up to snuff and be able to use them again. And now that was, as I said previously, that was a pretty bad mechanic. They removed it and they added something called battle bonus. So as you can see right now, I have battle bonus on all three of my fleets, and I'm just gonna queue up in the meantime. So the way this works is, you know what, actually let's cancel that a bit so I can show you. So based on the fleet you queue with, you're gonna get battle bonus will give you extra experience, credits, experience, and free XP. In recruit, which will basically always have battle bonus, you will not get any free XP bonus, as you can see here. Once you play the battle, you play a match with your battle bonus active, the battle bonus will become inactive, and based on what kind of fleet you're playing, either veteran or legendary, the battle bonus cooldown will be longer or shorter. And you can still pay credits to get your battle bonus back quicker and earn more experience and credits and stuff. They did say that they're still working on balancing this thing, so the rewards kind of matches the cost and stuff like that. And they did have to rebalance some other stuff to make this work in the game. So the benefits are clear. So you no longer have a mechanic in game that stops you playing your fleet. You just have a mechanic that allows you to gain more experience or basically play more efficiently. And I know a lot of players prefer to take the most efficient route possible. Right now, there's, other than playing recruit, there is no way of always playing a fleet that has battle bonus unless you want to pay the credits. But I find it okay. I don't know if I'm just not quotation marks hardcore enough, but I don't mind playing the odd match without battle bonus. It really doesn't bother me at all. But the drawback, of course, is what I've just said, that sometimes you will have to play without the battle bonus active, and some players might feel pretty bad about it. And there is a bigger drawback and a bigger reason why most players might not be okay with this change. It's the fact that points you gain in matches got rebalanced to kind of not account for, because you can still gain a lot more experience by using battle bonus than you did with the bigger point numbers, but it kind of balances it a bit out, so it's not just like ridiculous. So what they did, at least I don't know for DPS and tanking and tactical support roles, but for healing roles they basically cut the points you get by right about 50%. So in team elimination you got 20 points, now you get 10. In team deathmatch you got 10, now you get 5. and in Onslaught now you get 3 instead of 5. So basically, Onslaught got the less of the nerf, which kind of makes sense, but it's still very, 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 very bad. And I mean, if you thought 5 points felt bad, you should check 3 points. And that's one of my biggest gripes, is that now for Team Deathmatch I only get 5 points, which feels like the old Onslaught, which means that it's still a bit better than Onslaught, and that's just because of the game mode itself. People tend to suck a bit less in Team Deathmatch because they know they have to stay alive, and that kind of motivates them. I think that's the explanation. I'm not sure exactly what the real explanation is. But yeah, Team Deathmatch feels like a lot worse to play than it used to, and so does Team Elimination. Now, the fact that Team Elimination isn't as satisfying anymore is really a small problem, because they basically removed Team Elimination from the queue, and you cannot select the queue for it separately. So right now in 1.8.0 you cannot play Team Elimination anymore. The only information we have about this, that there were some bugs that needed fixing that were pretty big and bad, and because of that they removed it, and they will only be adding it back in 1.8.1, which we have no idea when that's coming. So right now, as a healer, the maximum number of points you're getting is 5. I'm not queuing for T5 because I do not have a T5. Okay, and we're gonna start this match shortly. So the fact that Team Elimination has been taken out was a really big thing for me. From what I understand, it really isn't a big problem for the player base in general, because people really didn't like that mode, and by chatting with members of the community, I've heard the argument that it's not a PUBG friendly mode, and to be honest, I'm very, very okay with it not being a PUBG friendly mode. I do think that this game has great potential to have some competitive play, and that would be really helped by that game mode. But right now there is a big problem for anybody who wants to play this game in a competitive mode, and that's the fact that it's really, really not conducive to organized groups, because a match contains 8 ships. You can only queue up with 3 of your friends. Well, 2 of your friends and you, so 3 people. Ooh, there you go, I got hit. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, so you can see I'm getting 5 points per heal, and there's not a lot to heal at the moment. So I did get to play a lot of Team Elimination yesterday while it was still active, because there was a moment there. It wasn't a very long moment, but there was a moment, and personally I had no issues with it. But from what I understood, the problems were pretty bad, as in no abilities could be used in round 2 sometimes, and I don't know all the other bugs, but from what I understood, there were quite a lot of problems. If somebody needs a repair, I don't know where. Is that ship dead? No. Is anybody dead? No. So who needed that repair so badly? Okay, he needs a heal. the aiming issue is still in the game. I think it's... I mean, I don't know what exactly the aiming issue is, but I just know that it's most noticeable on snipers. So yeah, I think there was a good reason to remove it, but I would have preferred they really just focused on it and gotten the problems fixed in a hotfix instead of the next patch, because I basically asked for an ETA when it will be back, and I was told it's the next patch, which, by the way, is not an ETA, guys. ETA is time. You gave me a version number, not time. But I understand the decision, because it's not a popular game mode. As I've said, it's not PUBG friendly. So yeah, they probably don't want to take away what they're working on right now just to fix that. They did say they're working on it though, but we will see when it comes back. I can't wait, to be honest, because right now I really don't feel motivated to play the game, to be honest, because Team Elimination was my jam. It was where I made most of my points. And don't get me wrong, I don't care that much about the points. I mean, one, I want to be useful and in Onslaught I'm really not, and two, I actually want to be rewarded for my usefulness, because if I heal like a lot and try to do my best, and even though most people think it's easy, it's not as easy as you might think or as you might see from just watching it. It feels bad to do a lot of work and not get the reward that, I don't know if the right word is you deserve, because deserve is relative and this is just a game, so it's not like your life depends on it or something. But it just, comparatively, I know how it was before and it just felt, oh thank you, it just felt a lot better than it does right now. Okay, I'm probably gonna bite the big one. Yeah. Well, at least he wasted some missiles on me. Okay, I'm the only healer. That makes a lot of sense. And let's see. So yeah, I did like a bunch of healing back there and I only got 500 points. Which, and to be honest, this is not my worst match. I mean, I've been in a match in which we lost and I healed like a shit ton and I only got about 700 points. Now, I don't know, others are saying they're getting more. I don't know if it's only me or something, but it did feel a lot better to do this before. And the other thing is that some of the better players I've heard complaining about the battle bonus system, saying that they liked the previous system better. And yes, there is a big problem right now with the elite status, as in the elite status at this point makes 0 sense to pay for, because battle bonus basically gives you more than the elite status, like shit tons more. So elite status is no longer there's no longer a compelling case to be made for elite status. And some players are complaining about that, other players are complaining about the fact that the old system was just fine. And what my personal opinion is that the people who say that the previous system was better than this one are just a little bit maybe selfish, because they're probably the better players. As the thing was with the old system, if you got the top 3 point count in the match, it didn't count if you won or lost. If you were in the top 3 in the match, you didn't have to pay maintenance. And personally, I was one of those people who ended up in the top 3 at least in team deathmatch and team elimination mode a lot. So I didn't really had to worry about paying maintenance most of the time. But what these guys aren't taking into consideration is, one, the mechanic itself was just bad game design in my humble opinion, and Gearbox probably saw that, and that was probably one of the reasons it got changed. And the reason it was bad game design was because it may have been friendly to players who are very good at the game. It was extremely unfriendly to new guys. New guys could basically end up not being able to play anything but the recruit fleet, which had no maintenance associated with it, which is not okay. First of all, you can't play the ships you want at all if you don't have the credits, or you end up spending a lot of gearbox points, GP, to get the credits to unlock your fleets, or even worse, you have to grind out the credits in the recruit fleet, which considering, well, there are two scenarios in that case. Either you're not very good at the game and then it's hard, or you are good at the game but since you're new it's really easy just to get unlucky and get into that bad position, and then you have to either grind it out or spend the points to convert them to credits. So neither of those situations is great or ideal, and I think that's probably the motivation they kind of had to change it. So yeah, the team elimination is out, which makes me personally sad, because even though it was nerfed, 10 points is still shit tons better than 2 points. Yeah, I'm gonna get shot down. No, I didn't get shot down. Let's hide a bit. Let's try to fix ourselves up. So, to be honest, I'm considering to quit the game until team elimination mode is back in, because right now I think, where am I? Yeah, I'm not even first anymore. I didn't even break 1k points yet, and I've been keeping myself alive and a lot of these guys alive for quite a while now. I probably will break 1k, but it just feels bad, man. Compared to what I used to do, it just feels bad. And the argument that healing is easy enough as it is and it needed a nerf, I don't accept that argument, because I've seen, while I was on my Aeon, I routinely out-healed Koshis. Even now I'm out-heal most Koshis, so I am doing something right, but probably not probably, I'm sure I'm not doing things perfect, but I'm doing something pretty well. Not as well as others, but better than most. So, and that basically tells me that there is a bit of skill involved with this, and it's not as easy as people think it is. Other stuff that I think counts a bit less is right now this version of the game seems to be a bit more unstable than the previous version was. That's something that might change anytime, because they just might throw in a few stealth patches or hot fixes to fix some of the issues. So personally, in like 2 weeks of playing 1.7, I never had the game crash. I did have it do some stupid shit and I had to close it a few times, but it was perfectly playable. It just new stuff I bought sometimes didn't show up without restarting the game. Now, since I've got the update, which was when 2 days ago, a day ago, I'm not sure. I think it was the day before yesterday. So since I've got that patch, I had 2 crashes. There's also this weird issue that some players are experiencing, and the last time I checked, the developers were trying to debug, to catch, to figure out, is what they're calling the disco hanger. It's basically your hanger looks not right, like a lot shinier than it should, and just the lighting is horribly off. What they're recommending is updating your video drivers and going on the community Discord and sharing some information with the developers. Yes, this is helpful. Sorry, I got a bit preoccupied by saving that guy's ass. As I said, the stability right now isn't as great as it used to be. There are a few more bugs, or maybe it's possible that there aren't really a lot more bugs, they're just a bit more noticeable, since I maybe have just gotten used to the bugs that were in the previous version. So yeah, and that's kind of the state of the game. To be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna continue doing this. It's kind of the only game I'm really comfortable streaming, though I may stream a bit of World of Warcraft. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out. With WoW, sound gets a bit more complicated than it is with Dreadnought, because the only thing I would consider streaming is the raids with my guild. We're kind of bad, it's kind of funny, but the thing is, we do use comms, and I want to be able to talk to you guys and talk to them and have different volume levels, so I can hear them loud on my my headphones, but you guys can hear me better than hear them, and stuff like that. But I haven't really decided yet. I may just continue playing. I'm not playing Onslaught, so there's nobody can convince me to play that crap. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That was a pretty good game. I did a lot. I feel like I did quite a lot, and I only got 1.3k. And as for my XP, yeah, I did get a crap ton of XP. I'm just thinking that I could have gotten a lot more if it was 10 points like it used to be. And maybe the right point isn't exactly 10 points, but I just feel that it should be more than 5. Especially in a game mode where deaths count against you, so a healer is pretty important. So as you can see right now, my cooldown was 44 minutes, or maybe I think it's 45 minus the time I spent in the end screen. And for veteran, it's gonna be less. Let me just see if I can upgrade a bit. I want to get to my T5, so let's see what I have to do to get to my T5. So basically I need this. Okay. Yeah, that was the right choice, because then I need these 3 and these 3, and then I can, and this one, and then I can get my my T5, the Octa. I haven't really researched tier 5 yet. I'm not sure which is the best choice for a healer in T5, though it might just be that I'm heading for the wrong thing. So let's check a bit. Let's check a bit right now. So my other option is tier 5, the Feronia. So this has 2.6 no, 27.5k health and 810 healing per second. And the one I'm heading for now, so it has the same basic health, but it does 940, so it does more healing. This one has 125 energy and a max weapon range of 5 kilometers. That seems kind of short. Okay, so let's check this one now. Oh, I didn't want to click it. Still 5 kilometers, the same amount of energy. Let's see, shield damage absorption is 85%. Shield energy consumption is high. Are these like basically the same stats copy pasted, just changed a bit? No, the other one is a bit more maneuverable. But I'm not sure if I'm willing to sacrifice the healing per second for maneuverability, to be honest. I never checked out these guys when it comes to healing. So I don't. That's maybe because these guys don't really have healing. Yeah, no. These guys do have tactical cruisers, but these tactical cruisers are more focused on tactical support, so things like boosting weapons, energy, and stuff like that. To be honest, I'm not even very sure. So let's check it out a bit. What sort of modules do I get with this? Research tree. So okay, so I get what is my primary weapon? Primary beam weapon type is heavy damage, so I still get a beam amplifier. It just will boost my damage. Feedback loop. Okay, so I gain a bit of energy there. I do get a repair pod, so I can do some healing. I get to get energy generator, or okay, so I can get repair auto beams, which are pretty strong. So yeah, maybe this is a bit better to play than I thought, if the auto beams are so powerful. But the thing is, that's quite a long cooldown, so let's see if it has any modules to reduce the cooldown. I don't think it is. Let's check the tier 4 though, that might have something for it. The Harwick. Let's check the main weapons. So yeah, still heavy damage. And repair auto beams is like a default choice. Cloak pulse, emergency evac, nuclear mine, drain drones. I don't see anything that would reduce cooldowns here, but it's a definite possibility. Okay, let's just queue for yeah. So you see, team elimination isn't even here anymore. So right now there are basically 2 game modes, because I don't think Proving Grounds counts, to be honest. Now people are saying that they're getting pretty good points in Onslaught, and my guess would be they're probably playing an Aeon and just doing a lot of assists and killing small ships and stuff like that. The thing is though, that's just not the way I like playing. I like to focus on healing. And just optimize my ships to do the maximum amount of healing I think they can do. Now, I might not be very good at determining which modules will give me the maximum amount of healing. I just go a bit by intuition. And there are some things that don't actually help that goal. So Let me just grab a drink. Sorry about that. So, for example, there are these repair drones, and I either have to use my beam amplifier or these repair drones to get more healing out, because the rest of these things are really more support things, which might be useful, don't get me wrong, but as I said, that's not my goal. My goal is to get out the maximum amount of healing I can. So I don't know which one is better, the beam amplifier or the repair drone. I suspect the beam amplifier will help me more with my healing, especially since my healing beam is pretty strong as it is. So giving it an extra 85% cannot be a bad thing. But the problem is that here I can see that the weapon damage is increased by 85%. I can look up my weapon damage. I can calculate exactly how much healing per second that will get me. The repair drones have a bar. Now, what does that bar mean? Should I count the pixels it has in width or something? This is just not okay. This is a big UI no-no. It wouldn't be a big UI no-no if all the rest of these things would have bars. It would make things more confusing, but then at least I would know how to compare these two things. Right now I have absolutely no way of doing that. Give me a second, please. Little cigarette. So yeah, even if I am, yesterday I played a lot. I couldn't stream. I'm sorry, but I played exclusively team elimination, and when it was taken out, I just closed the game, and that was it. And my queue times were pretty crazy, sometimes like 10 minutes, so it wouldn't have been good for streaming anyway. But talking about that, right now if you queue for random for anything, there's a 50-50 chance. From what I can tell, it's 50-50, not 33%, to get onslaught, and that is just way too high for me, because if I get onslaught, I feel that I'm basically wasting 10 minutes of time. 10 minutes doesn't sound like much, but it does add up, and if I'm gonna be doing something that I don't like doing, like playing onslaught, then I might as well just do something else. I know most people don't feel like me. Most people like onslaught, but I just don't. I'm in the minority, so they should not focus on fixing this, but I just don't. So yeah, now we're coming up on 5 minutes, which is a bit strange. This is one of the other game modes that most people, I think, are queuing. Maybe people now are just queuing for onslaught. I don't know. If that's the case, then yeah, this game is really not for me. But I hope it's not. By the way, another thing I noticed is that I think something about the sound changed a bit in game. Something about the volume, and I don't know if the game volume is okay now, if it's too loud or not. I was a bit busy talking about the game, and I didn't check it out in the last battle, but I hope I wasn't talking without you guys hearing me. Come on, man, this is starting to be as bad as the one yesterday was. Basically, my medium yesterday was like 6 minutes, so right now we're going over that. This tells me that either a lot of people are in onslaught matches right now, or they're either queuing for onslaught only, or maybe there's just not that many of us online. Which would be, it's Friday, it's 3 p.m. local time, which means like 1 in London. So yeah, there might be a slight issue with my timing there. Come on, man, I will get my legendary battle bonus back before I can queue again. And the dog woke up. Hello, puppy. Do you want to bark? What did you hear? He's explaining something to us. Yep, there he goes. Why? Nobody knows. But we finally got into a match, so. Okay, I need to shut him up. Sorry, 1 second. There you go. Hopefully he will now calm down a bit. One of the neighbors got a new puppy. I don't know what he's asking. Some of the neighbor got a new dog, and they probably just went by our door, and I don't know. He's not the friendliest dog with other dogs. Should have probably socialized him a bit more as a puppy with others. Hey, this is not the worst map to play for this mode. Let's see if I can get myself killed fast. Yeah, I really should have like waited for a Dreadnought to show up to tank these guys for me. We're gonna be fine probably. If I can keep my bad guy freaking alive. Okay, yeah, the aiming is like way off. And in situations like this it matters. They're getting pummeled. I think I may be getting a bit of punishment. Yeah. A bit of punishment right there. Oh, I was positioned horribly. That's why I was getting punished. Oh, I'm positioned horribly anyway. I go. Let's get that guy topped up. Let's get the guy who I can't see topped up.
Ship is damaged, Captain. Activated. Fusion reactor is overheating. Putting energy system.
Yeah, I need to dive. Okay. Okay, that was a bad play. Yeah. And of course, this bug is still here, where the launches just gives you errors and dies after a while. It's because it's not. From my experience as a developer, it may not be the easiest kind of bug to track down. And it's probably not a big focus for them. There are a lot more bigger and more urgent stuff to deal with than the launcher sometimes dying and not affecting the game at all. Well, I guess it does affect the game a bit because as you saw, it pops up over and that's not fun, but that's okay. It's not too bad. I'm getting pummeled. Oh god, come on, dog!
Enemy warheads locked on our position. Ships hull down to 50%, Captain. Abandoned ship. All hands to evac systems.
I got myself killed then. I just had to run to see what's wrong with the dog this time. That's just sad though. We're still winning. I fed a bit, but we're still winning, so it's okay. No, 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 please, 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 please don't die. I'm going there as fast as I possibly can. Yeah, we're getting overwhelmed, and the reason we're getting overwhelmed... Oh no. Yeah, it is actually. The reason we're getting overwhelmed is that this guy is not in position. He probably died. But he's okay, he's pushing back. So we'll probably recover the ground we just lost.
Understood. Repairing.
There you go, big cooldown. Now we can push a bit.
Heavy damage across multiple systems, Captain.
That guy just died.
Aye, Captain. System
Yeah, they killed our push pretty effectively. Or maybe not, maybe they just slowed us down a bit. If they have nukes, let's try to keep a bit of a distance from the biggest target. Was there somebody behind you who just died, or was that you getting a bit of punishment? I'm not sure. Let's put another plot down. It seems like a spot we can camp on a bit. Okay, that means there's somebody under me. Let's see if I can head a bit that way.
weapons on. Engaging.
Come on! That targeting is getting more annoying by the second.
Commencing cooldown. System drain. Cycling. Shield activated.
Okay, maybe that was the guy that was above us before. You know what? Let's give him a little surprise. Oh, there was nothing to surprise anymore.
Activating primary weapons, Captain.
Let's engage these again. And let's pop down a pod since we don't have one anymore. Let's try to get that guy up if we can. Yeah, that's okay. We have him. This is not the best position for me because I was blocking the Dreadnought because he may want to come up if he has to or wants to. Okay, we're kind of ready to push a bit, or we may just need to push a bit to get away from the Dreadnought that's pushing above us. Where is my guy? My guy is there. Come on, are you like sneaking? Oh, Dreadnought shouldn't sneak, man. These guys are dying out here. Just hit the enemy Dreadnought as hard as you can. I don't know where he is, I don't know what he's doing. I do know that I'm very exposed to the enemy sniper, and I need to keep those guys alive. Okay, that's okay. The Corvette is dead. How are you guys holding up? Not very well. Sorry. Okay, I do need to get out of here as soon as possible. Oh, it seems I have to go a lot further than I thought I had to. Okay. Yeah, it's time to head over to that direction. It may be a bit risky, but it's gonna be okay. I hope. I hope that Dreadnought is gonna keep us alive. And I think I have a healer of my own. I think I do. That should... I just spent a bit of energy there. Not because I needed to, but because if I heal or get healed, I get some energy back thanks to some officer training. And if I'm not using energy, then it means that the energy I'm getting from doing that is just getting wasted. There you go. Does somebody need healing? No? Okay. We won. Once again, only 700 points. Feels bad, man. Feels not. I don't know, maybe the game was just unbalanced before and getting points as healer was a bit too easy, but I don't know, I'm still doing more than other healers, at least I think. No, somebody beat me. Somebody got like 1,000 points or 300 points more. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like it did before. And this guy, Bound for Glory, I played with this guy before. If you look at him, he plays like a lot more aggressively, which I commend him from doing, but I don't think he's doing the right thing though. I don't think he's doing the right thing because he's not right, not even now or before the patch he didn't do well. I mean, he did get some kills in, which I didn't. And he did get some assists in once again, which I didn't, but his point counts are just consistently lower. Anyway, I think I said everything I had to say about how the game is playing with this new patch. If you guys want to let me know about... Oh, I did actually have somebody say something in the chat, which I didn't before. I'm sorry I didn't notice you, DJ. Dive into the PS4 beta. I think that's coming out on the 1st, though. I may be wrong. Unless you're playing in the closed beta. So yeah, have fun playing the game, DJ. I'm not having that much fun right now with it, but I hope you do. Thank you for watching. Probably see you guys tomorrow with something. I'm not sure what, but something. Thanks, bye.